So we'll begin with the topic of reproduction in organisms. So you can see at the backdrop of this slide, as I have already told you, so there is a binary fission taking place in organism from primitive type of reproduction, giving birth to young ones, that is viviparous type of reproduction in case of human beings. So where the fetus is attached to the mother through the placenta, and here the birds or chicks coming from the hatching eggs. You can notice that. Then there is the honeybee, which is carrying the pollen grain from the flower. So they are pollinators, insect pollinators. And you can see here the ovum or egg cell being fused by the sperm cell. So the process of fertilization is fusion of male gamete with female gamete. So all these process, different types of processes are seen in reproduction in organisms. It can be sexual reproduction or asexual reproduction. So in this particular unit, we are going to study in detail about the reproduction process in the organisms. So reproduction is one of the essential aspects of the any living organism. So reproduction is a process in which an organism produces young one. So we call it as offspring or progeny, similar to itself. So you can see here a binary fission taking place in the unicellular organism. So this is in case of dandelion. You can notice that the seeds are being carried by the wind. Okay, they show this parachute mechanism because of this hairy calyx called as pappus. So the penguin couple having an young one, so they are having the same, the progeny looks similar to that of the adult parents. Okay, then this is the human fetus within the mother's home. So reproduction is a process in which an organism produces young one or offsprings or progeny similar to itself. The period from birth to natural death of an organism, we call it as lifespan. So the period from birth to natural death of an organism, we call it as lifespan. So no individual is immortal except for unicellular organisms. So there is no natural death in unicellular organisms. So no individual is immortal. See, life itself is immortal, but individuals, we are all mortals. Okay. So except unicellular organisms which are immortal because they multiply by cell division. So there is no natural death in unicellular organisms. So based on the number of participants or parents involved, the reproduction is of two types, asexual and sexual method of reproduction. So based on the number of participants, the reproduction is of two types, asexual method of reproduction and sexual method of reproduction. Now, lifespan of some of the organisms, if you just go through it, so you'll be wondered, like a small parrot can live for 140 years, whereas a man, so 75 to 100 years, isn't it? So, but a parrot has a lifespan of 140 years. Rose has a lifespan of 5 to 7 years. Rice plant has a lifespan of 3 to 7 months. Banyan tree can live for 400 plus years, 400 years. Banana tree is for 2 to 3 years. Dogs can live for 22 years. Butterfly, their lifespan is 1 to 2 weeks. Fruit fly also have a lifespan of 2 weeks. Parrot, it's quite unique. They have very long lifespan, isn't it? 140 years. Crocodile has 60 years. Horse has a lifespan of 40 to 50 years. Tortoise, it has a lifespan of 100 to 150 years. Crow has a lifespan of 15 years. Cow has a lifespan of 22 years. Elephant has a lifespan of 50 to 70 years. So this is just comparison of the lifespan of different organisms. You know already the definition of lifespan. The period from birth to natural death of an organism, we call it as lifespan. So here you can see the lifespan of different animals, organisms, and their variations that exist. So the reproduction is of two types, asexual method of reproduction and sexual method of reproduction. So we'll be studying the first aspect as asexual method of reproduction that you find. So where in case of fungi, there might be the formation of conidiophores, gemmules in case of bryophytes, the amitosis or binary fission or budding is also a method of asexual reproduction. These asexual reproduction involves only one uh, parent, and the offsprings or progeny that are formed, they are all similar in to that of the parent. So they are almost a clone of the parent. Okay, so that is what you can notice in case of asexual reproduction. There is no possibility of variations or genetic recombination happening during asexual reproduction. So asexual reproduction, it is the production of offspring by a single parent. So it is a what you call it as the so it is seen in case of simple plants and animals. You can find this asexual method of reproduction. So the unicellular organisms, simple plants and animals are example for asexual method of reproduction where only one parent is involved. The offspring obtained by asexual reproduction, they are identical to one another and they resemble the parent. Such morphologically and genetically similar individuals, we call them as clone. So you should remember morphologically, that is based on their external morphology and their genetic makeup, if they resemble the parent, so such individuals are called as clone. So the types of asexual reproduction are fission, budding, and vegetative propagation. Fission is of two types, binary fission and multiple fission. So fission is of two types, binary fission and multiple fission. So you should remember about this. So the types of asexual reproduction are fission, budding, vegetative propagation. So the fission can be binary fission or multiple fission. So now the fission, in this, the parent cell divides cell division into two or more individuals. So you can see here in the slides where the amoeba, the nucleus undergoes enlargement. They are going to take the shape of a dumbbell shaped structure, and the nuclear lobes breaks and moves towards the opposite poles. And there is a formation of cross wall, and two new daughter cells are formed from one parent cell. So this is binary fission in amoeba, which is an example for asexual method of reproduction. And the offsprings or progenies, they are a clone of the parent cell. Okay. So the fission in this, the parent cell divides by cell division into two or more individuals. You can notice this in protists as well as monerans. Protozoa and protists, especially amoeba also you can notice. Fission is of two types, the simple fission. So it is a fission of parent cell into two individual. It is a division of parent cell into two individuals, example amoeba and paramecium. Whereas multiple fission, it is a division of parent cell into many individuals, example plasmodium and amoeba are example for this multiple fission. So where there are the parent cell divides into many individuals. Example is plasmodium and amoeba. So next what you have to remember is under the unfavorable conditions, amoeba withdraws its pseudopodia and secretes a thick layer of three-layered hard covering cyst around itself. It is called as encystation. Under favorable conditions, the encyst amoeba undergoes multiple fission to give rise to many minute amoeba or pseudopodiospores. So they are going to produce many minute number of amoeba or pseudopodiospores. The cyst wall bursts out and spores are liberated. You can see the spores being liberated and they grow into a large number of amoebae. So this is called sporulation. So in case of amoeba, You're going to large number of amoebae, and this we call it as sporulation. Now, second type of asexual reproduction is budding in case of yeast. So you can see the nucleus divides, and one of the lobe of the nucleus, there is also a protrusion within the cell, unicellular like yeast. So the nucleus, divided nucleus, moves towards the bud, and the a part of the nucleus remains within the parent cell. So now there is a after the division of this nucleus, there is a formation of cross wall. So a bud has formed to a single celled yeast. Okay. So in this, a bud appears and grows in the parent body. After maturation, it is detached from parent body to form new individual. Example, hydra, then sponge is an example. The gemmules in sponge. Yeast is an example for budding process. See, in the fragmentation process, the body breaks into fragments, distinct pieces, which we call it as fragments. Each fragment has the capability to develop into an entire adult, or they are capable of producing offsprings. Example, hydra. So if the body breaks into distinct pieces, fragments, and each fragment can grow into an adult capable of producing offspring. This is noticed in case of hydra. So where you can notice fragmentation. So these are all the examples of vegetative propagation. Potato is an example for tuber. Ginger is an example for rhizome. Kalanchu is there, so which is the agave, the aloe vera plant. Okay. Then there is the leaf buds of bryophyllum, offset of water hyacinth. So this is the offset of water hyacinth. Okay. So the bulbil of agave, leaf buds of bryophyllum, offset of water hyacinth. These are all the vegetative propagules or units of vegetative propagation. So buds or eyes of the potato in potato tuber, rhizomes of banana and ginger. So buds and rhizomes arise from nodes of the modified stem. The nodes come from come in contact with damp soil or water, and they produce roots and new plants. So adventitious buds of bryophylla at the margins of the leaf, you can see the adventitious buds. If they get detached and fall to the soil, they develop into the new plant. They arrive from the notches at the margin of leaves. So the bulbil of agave. So that is also one more example of the vegetative propagules. So offset of water hyacinth. So the underground stem submerged under water. So that is the offset. So the offset of water hyacinth, runner, sucker, tuber, bulb, etc. They're all examples for vegetative propagation. So there are various other asexual reproductive structures like zoospores. You can see it in the case of Chlamydomonas. A single Chlamydomonas produce large number of zoospores. They are microscopic motile structures in some algae and protists. Example is Chlamydomonas is a very good example. See, the conidia are formed in the penicillium. That's a very good example of Penicillium notatum showing the conidia. So which is produced without being dependent on other organisms. In sponge. So they are all examples for asexual reproductive structures. Zoospores of Chlamydomonas, conidia of Paramecium. Then you have the gemmules in sponge. See, asexual reproduction is a common method in simple organisms like algae and fungi. During adverse conditions, they shift to sexual method. Higher plants reproduce asexually, vegetative and sexually, but most of the animals show only sexual reproduction.